A social turning point is happening these days. Famed theoretical physicist Michio Kaku predicts that in the next 100 years, science will determine whether or not humans survive. Will we continue to be a Type 0 society, or will we develop and reach the stars? According to experts, when a civilization expands and develops, its energy needs will quickly rise due to the population expansion and the energy demands of its numerous equipment. In light of this, the Kardashev Scale was created as a mechanism to gauge the level of technical development of a civilization based on the amount of useful energy it had available. So here's everything we need to know about how these scientists classified alien civilizations from level 1 to 7. The Kardashev Scale. Although the scale is what initially captured people's attention, transmission of information by extraterrestrial civilizations focuses on calculating how strong a light signal from any point in the universe would need to be for radio scientists at the time to detect it. The Kardashev Scale is a classification system for hypothetical extraterrestrial civilizations. Nikolai Kardashev suggested classifying fictitious alien civilizations according to how much energy they could utilize in their technologies. According to Jason Wright, the director of the Penn State Extraterrestrial Intelligence Center, the more energy they, the aliens, could command, the more intense their transmissions would be, and the farther away we might be able to detect them. This scale hypothesizes transmission distance while also indicating a civilization's might. The more power it can exert over its surroundings, the more energy it can produce. This scale isn't simply relevant for extraterrestrial civilizations. It may also be used to plot Earth. We have never been able to map any other civilization on this scale, since we have never truly encountered alien life. Although Kardashev first proposed this scale in 1964, it has undergone numerous adjustments over the years, as other astronomers have updated it and added new features and concepts. Different types on the Kardashev Scale. What are the many kinds? And where would we land if we plotted Earth on this scale? Since we fell into the first category on Kardashev's original scale, we didn't even make the list. Carl Sagan, a legendary astronomer, later revised the scale. He calculated the scale by adding decimal points and accounting for the distances between each level. Due to this, little old Earth was able to enter the scale. However, we are now extremely low on it. Type 1. The first level consists of civilizations that can utilize all the energy sources on their home planet. This would entail collecting all of the light energy that a world receives from its star. This makes sense, given that the primary energy source on the majority of worlds where life may exist would be stars. For instance, the Sun provides the Earth with energy equivalent to hundreds of atomic bombs per second. That is a pretty significant source of energy, and a Type 1 species would have access to it all to develop civilizations. Humanity is like a Type 1 civilization. According to Wright, 1.0 corresponds to the amount of solar energy that hits the surface of the Earth. A different way to look at this is as a civilization that can utilize all of the energy on its planet. This comprises the minerals on the planet and the Sun's energy. Type 2. These societies are able to utilize all of their star's energy resources. Kardashev's ideas on this were famously anticipated by Nobel Prize-winning scientist Freeman Dyson, who envisioned a highly developed civilization creating a massive sphere around its star. A device the size of the entire solar system called a Dyson sphere would be used to collect stellar photons and their energy. A Type 2 society may harness a significant amount of energy from its host star. Kardashev imagined a device like a Dyson sphere, which is 10 billion times more energy than a Type 1.0 society collects, according to Sagan's scale. While a civilization at the first level can harness solar energy already present in the Sun, the Type 2 group entails directly capturing solar energy. Type 3. All of the energy produced by all of the stars in their home galaxy may be used by these super civilizations. There is a lot of energy involved in the few 100 billion stars that make up a typical galaxy. There might be more advanced techniques as well, such as having the civilizations surround every star in their galaxy with Dyson spheres. Type 4. The energy content of the entire universe would almost certainly be accessible to Type 4 civilizations, enabling them to travel through the accelerated expansion of space. These kinds of accomplishments are unthinkable according to earlier energy production techniques. A Type 4 society would have to use odd or currently undiscovered laws of physics to access energy sources that are unknown to us. Type 5. Yes, Type 5 may very well be the next step for such a civilization. In this case, beings would be powerful enough to control the universe like gods. As previously stated, humans are still very, very far from achieving something comparable. But it doesn't mean it can't be done, as long as we look out for one another and the planet. The first step in achieving this is to protect our tiny home, put an end to conflict, and encourage ongoing scientific research and discoveries. Type 6. The fundamental laws of universes can be created and upheld by a Type 6 or K6 civilization that is present in the megaverse. They exist in an infinite number of multiverses that coexist at the same time and represent an endless number of examples and all known physical laws, as they exist in endless parallels to the 11D space-time continuum and contain infinite examples of pasts and futures. They can also be thought of as a paraversal. Humanity cannot be stopped as it transforms into real gods of the megaverses until a civilization at or beyond K7 engages in war with it. Type 7. The Omniverse is the collection of every universe, multiverse, megaverse, paraverse, 11th dimension, and first realm. A Type 7 or K7 civilization would traverse, transcend, and ultimately oversee, or be, the Omniverse. There is just one Omniverse, and everything is contained within it. Given that the society would have transcended and merged into a single mind that would embrace all ideas and all timelines, becoming omnipotent, omnipresent, and omniscient, it seems more likely that such power would originate from an individual than from a civilization. This is the Creator, the Supreme Deity, in charge of all past, present, and future existence. The levels on this scale go from 1 to 6, with the Omega level requiring the manipulation of time and space as its last step, an aptitude that Earth presumably still has a ways to go before achieving. Will Earth move up this scale? And if so, how much energy is needed? Realistically, we are always advancing along this scale. According to Kardashev and later iterations of the scale, the more energy we are able to produce and use, the closer we are to becoming a Type 1 society. We advance a little bit on the scale every time we construct a new power plant. We move up by 0.01, or from 0.72 to 0.73, every time we boost our overall energy supply by another 26%, which happens about every 5 years, according to Wright. The length of time is put into perspective by this. Some experts, including futurist Michio Kaku, think we might get there within the next 100 to 200 years. It would probably take many thousands of years for Earth to reach the Type 2 stage, and Type 3 could take far over 100,000 years. So it probably won't happen in our lifetimes. But given that the ecology is being directly harmed by human energy use, how did Earth come to this point? Hopefully, we'll only increase our reliance on renewable energy sources. Solar energy is the most widely available renewable source. And if our successors want to move up the scale much in the far future, most of their energy will have to come from solar panels in space, according to Wright. The Earth's climate will start to change directly if we produce more energy than around 10 times what we already generate on Earth. We will need to gather it and use it somewhere so that it won't harm the environment if we want much more energy than that. Therefore, Kardashev predicted that advanced civilizations will be able to send out signals that Type 1 civilizations, like our own, would be able to receive. Additionally, in order to ensure that they were picked up, these transmissions would be broadcast continuously. They would even be looped so that recipients wouldn't miss a beat. So what are your thoughts on this matter? Let everyone know what you think in the comments. There's so much more to discover in the depths of space, so be sure to hit that like button, subscribe, and head to the Space Infinity Archives for more vital videos on the cosmos.